I just hate how we don't know when it starts. It's the worst. All right, looks like we are live. How's it going? A documentary up for Best Documentary Feature at the Oscars this year. It's been getting tons of buzz, great reviews, all that. So me and Ryan decided we'd do a double feature. We saw The Red Turtle, which you should check out a review for that. And afterwards, we walked on into I'm Not Your Negro. And it's just a little bit about it. It's about James Baldwin, who was a figure in the civil rights movement. And it kind of... it goes over these letters that he wrote about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement in general. And Ryan, what did you think of I'm Not Your Negro?
So he was an author at that time too, and the structure of this documentary was very interesting because, like you said, it goes based off of these letters and these papers that he had written, but I don't think had ever published. And going off of that as a structure was interesting because you don't necessarily have a first act, second act, third act kind of a thing. And that's, it's more common to have that kind of a structure in a documentary in the first place. I don't want to talk too much about the movie, like the subject itself, more along the lines of just how it was executed. And it was executed very well. And like I said, that structure was very intriguing and worked for me in some spots and didn't work for me in others. But overall, I think this movie accomplished what it was trying to do and what it was trying to accomplish. We talked a little bit about it.
Okay.
So 13th does it a little bit better. It just works a little bit better for me in the sense that the 13th is more of a... informative documentary, while this comes across maybe a little bit more preachy of trying to, because like we had said, we went to support the film, so I don't think they necessarily needed to convince us of anything because we were there and willingly wanting to see this film. I don't know, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Ryan said. One thing, I do agree with him about the structure, and that's interesting because that was something that I was going to bring up. One thing I did like about the structure was it showed lots of like current events with the like rhetoric and language that he was saying in those days. And I thought that was really effective, showing things like police shootings and like deaths of like young African American kids, and kind of showing how the oppression is still there in lots of ways. And it also showed lots of old clips from movies, like older movies, that was really kind of disturbing. And
like the
crazy.
musicals and like... It really did a good contrast kind of a thing, which as well sometimes came across preachy, but it conveyed a message for sure.
Right, and overall, I really, I thought this was a well-done documentary. I agree with Ryan 100%. I think 13th, as far as like documentary features go in the Oscars, I think either 13th or O.J. Simpson, Made in America should win. Probably O.J. Simpson, Made in America, because it goes over lots of the same issues. These are all three very racially charged documentaries, and this one I did like. I'll go ahead and score it first. I think I would give I'm Not Your Negro an 8 out of 10. I dug this movie. I think it was very well done, and I would recommend, people check it out. But kind of like Ryan said, I do agree that to a certain extent, I feel like the people who need to watch this movie aren't going to watch it. But it informed me about a lot of stuff, and like Martin Luther King's very, very inspirational figure to me in American history. So I'm always down to watch something about him. So what would you score it?
I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go 7.25. Everything we've said, it's definitely one that I would recommend, and I would definitely go above, the minimum for fresh. It was a good movie. Probably not one I'm going to watch again, and like you said, probably one that the people who should watch it, that they won't. But hey, now our opinions are out there. You know what we think. If this is a movie that interests you, if this is a subject that interests you, you should definitely check it out, because it's not a bad movie by any means.
Right. Okay, guys. Later tonight, we're gonna be watching the Oscars. So keep checking our Facebooks, our Twitters, our Instagrams, because we're gonna be doing lots of live reactions to those. But until then, bye.